Good morning, good stuff family. Coming to you today with something that is clearly not good on the surface. We're at the Justice Center here, downtown Cleveland, which is where I've covered so many not so good stories, crime stories in 20 years in Cleveland. Today, there will be some people we're going to meet up here in the outside of the Justice Center here who are standing together united to say essentially that the animal cruelty laws in Ohio need to be changed. They need to be a little stiffer. And if you remember nothing else from this, remember Senate Bill 164. That's what is at stake here. And our friend Amy Beekler is tirelessly trying to be the voice for the voiceless. It's a Yorkie, a little tiny Yorkie named Coco, it's hard for me to even say this story, but this is why we're here. He was doused with water. The guy who's going to be in court today, I'm debating if we even say his name, because it's about the fight for these animals and holding everybody accountable. And, by the weight of the law. Anyway, 4-pound Yorkie named Coco was doused with water and then put in a freezer. Good morning, sunshine.
Good to have my love. Good morning.
Nice to see you, Coffee. Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Is Megan here?
Yes. Megan is right
Megan,
here.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, you guys, and for saying that you'll be their voice, right? When they don't have one. And that's the good stuff out of the bad stuff, really, is what we say. Yeah. Hi, Megan.
Hi, how are you?
Dawn Kendrick. So nice to meet you officially. So I set it up a little bit here. You want to give us, I said, if there's anything that they remember out of this, it needs to be Senate Bill 164.
164, definitely. The House is going to vote on it. We need to get the word out that we need harsher punishments. Goddard's law is great, but it's a step in the right direction, but we definitely need longer sentences, more fines. The felony needs to stick, and even after the Senate bill, if it passes, I think that 5 years is too short. Also,
And would you walk with me so we can get your audio on here? But I'm going to show some of these. Tell us as we walk and see these people y'all could be doing anything this morning.
Yeah.
But it was important enough for you to be here. Megan, give us a window into the case at hand that's hard for me to even talk about. And we'll walk with me. Okay?
Yeah, right now we're at the pretrial. Right now we're at the pretrial. We are protesting for his trial to be prosecuted to the highest offense. He is an awful, awful person. He murdered Coco in cold blood. He froze her in a freezer and tortured her for over 5 hours. And this is Coco's owner's family and friends and people who just care so much about animal advocacy. We have Motley Crue here also.
I'll have you stand right there, and then we can. Sorry, there you go. Yep, Motley Crue's here. Yeah.
Motley Crue is here to support as well, and we're hoping for the best outcome. We know that's not going to be enough, but at least we're letting people know that this isn't right, and people need to be aware of what's happening.
And I haven't had to cover trials since I haven't been reporting, and I appreciate the break from it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But in this case, and what I'm trying to do is, I know what your sign says, and I say it's more than just being angry at this man. Mm-hmm. In general, saying, overall, we're not going to stand for this is wrong. You don't put a puppy in a freezer. It's just simple. Like, we shouldn't even be discussing this.
Right. And it should be taken as a harsher punishment. I know people think animals are just animals, but, domesticated companions are like children to a lot of people. And it's like killing someone's child. And if we're not getting punished because of killing a child, I feel like that's kind of just not right, and it can lead to harsher offenses, even though this is his first offense, that we know of.
And he's not in jail. Posted bond.
Nope, he posted bond.
And so I printed out some notes so I could bone up myself on exactly what the situation is here. And it's 3 counts of cruelty against Philip Savelli.
Yes.
And it's against a companion animal, and that's what we're saying.
Yep, it's going to be under Goddard's law.
Right. And he pled not guilty. Bond set at $10,000. Ordered to have no contact with the dog's owner and to not possess any animals.
Yes.
Does that seem? I mean, you go.
I don't think that it's right. I think that the bond should have been higher, or at least no bond. I think he should have been held. I think that it's crazy that he has to be ordered to not have animals or be in contact with the owner's family, because he was, and that's why they had ordered that. So
this is a 10-month-old Yorkie we're talking about. And I
helpless.
know Amy Beekler can't even talk about it without getting so angry and tears. Right. So I know you feel it. Everybody here feels that emotion. Essentially, the message here today is that we're paying attention. Yeah. And we have to be the voice. And I'm taking not anger. I'm consciously trying not to be angry.
Yeah.
But to be active.
Exactly.
Ooh, how about that? Write that down.
That's a sign. That's a new sign we're going to write
right?
that.
Hashtag active, not angry.
Yes.
Because it was killing me in broadcast news, the anger of it all. It was killing me. And I know we can do better. And that's what we say, that the good stuff rises up often out of the crappiest stuff. The stuff the stories I can't even say, almost. I can't even say. Why in the world are we saying put a dog in a freezer?
Yeah.
I mean, it's uncalled for.
And through this whole thing, we've been seeing a lot of people that are angry about it, and they want him prosecuted to the highest extent of the law, but a lot of people don't realize that the highest extent of the law is only a year in jail. You
just nailed it. You nailed it. In Goddard's law, rest his soul. I mean, we called him St. Francis of Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Like, with all the animals. He was just tireless, as is Amy Beekler, in their pursuit. So this law essentially makes it a felony. Senate Bill 164, if passed, would include a felony for knowingly and needlessly killing a companion animal, adds a felony 5 for the aiding in the commission of that.
Yeah.
So you're saying it should be a no-brainer that it was a felony.
No-brainer. And, under Goddard's law, it's only going to be up to a year. So a lot of people will get, sentenced to a year and only serve 3 months. There's been talks about him, since it's his first offense, only getting probation. So under Senate Bill 164, it's going to push for automatic, 5 years in jail. They can't expunge the felony after that. And, that's what we're really pushing for now.
And I know Amy can't be here. She had foot surgery. But I printed this out because reading her words doesn't do justice when I see how upset she is about it. But she says, after 17 years serving as the executive director of PAWS, Ohio, Public Animal Welfare Society, seeing the amount of cruelty I have over the years, and God knows she's seen a lot, she said, this, in capital letters, is the worst case I have ever dealt with. My heart is broken and my soul hurts, and everything in me screams out for more protection of our companion animals.
Yeah, I mean, every time that we talk on the phone, she gets emotional, and I know that she's seen a lot, and she can handle a lot, and for her to be this passionate and this emotional over it, it's bad.
Megan, introduce yourself though too for people who are watching who maybe want to follow your page.
So I am Megan. I'm with Motley Crew Rescue. We are an animal advocacy, but also rescue. And I am also a friend of the owner.
Yep. There she is. I love this. Yeah. Justice for Coco. And you're a friend of the owner. Okay. Yeah.
We have a lot of merch. Here, can you show you your shirt? So, yeah.
So this is a real deal effort. Like, we have merch and everything. Yeah.
And all of the proceeds are going to go to PAWS, Ohio, and Motley Crew. They're going to be split, and we're going to just try and spread the word. And we're hoping that some of the proceeds will go to the betterment of animals that are still alive, as well as the changing of the bill.
And that's how you continue to tangibly make a difference.
Exactly.
So that maybe Coco's death isn't entirely in vain and the loss
Exactly.
comes out of it.
And I know specifically that, Coco's owner really wants the change, and she wants this to be more of a permanent, fixture and movement, more than, it's not just about Coco's life now, it's about the life of all animals.
You nailed it. Are you helpful by any chance?
No, this is Tiffany.
Here? Oh, Tiffany. Oh, okay. Do you you came out here, you could be doing anything else today, but important for you to be here.
Absolutely.
Because
it's just, first of all, I know the family, they're friends of mine, so I want to make sure I'm there to support them in any way possible. That is my dog over there, actually. So I have a little dog, and I can't imagine what it would be like to go through that. Honestly, I wouldn't even have as much constraint as they do. I would probably have a pretty violent reaction. But I'm just trying to help them any way I can, get the word out. I actually run a pet food pantry, so they reached out to me because they know I have ties to rescues and things like that. So I created the webpage, and I created a TikTok and a petition and a whole bunch of stuff to do anything I possibly could. So this is really important to me. I want to see, first of all, him get punished. He needs jail time. He's dangerous. What he did is just inexcusable. And then also I want to see our animal laws strengthened. So I'm really pushing for Senate Bill 164.
Exactly, and I'm glad you said it. I said at the beginning, if people watching this remember nothing else, Senate Bill 164, because we've made huge progress under Goddard's law, but there's more to be done.
Yeah, and if you go to justiceforcoco.org, there's an SB 164 tab. If you click on that, it has instructions on how to find your legislator, and then you just copy their email, and I literally made a button where you push it, and it makes an email automatically for you. You don't have to do anything. You can change it if you want, and you can send it to them. It basically tells them, hey, I'm your constituent, and I want you to support Senate Bill 164.
And I see in your face, I'm smiling. Who can smile at a case like this? I'll tell you why. Because you're turning the really crappy stuff that we don't want to even say the words, put a 10-month-old puppy in the freezer. You turn that into what we call the good stuff. See the good and be the good. That's what you're doing for these animals who don't have a voice. And I just am so grateful for you. Beyond words right now.
It's hard not to be outraged, honestly. I've cried, I've lost sleep. Every time I look at my freezer, I'm just nauseous. But at the end of the day, you can either go and post angry comments online, death threats, whatever, or you can channel that energy into making change. I mean, you can't undo the situation. You can't bring Coco back, but you can help strengthen laws, and you can show support that, hey, the community is demanding justice, so please sentence him accordingly.
Amen. You just nailed it. And this is why this good stuff page exists, right? Because in all those years of covering news like this, I knew there was always so many good layers underneath of all these bad stories. Inevitably, you just have to dig a little further. And I still believe in good people. I still believe good trumps bad. I really do. And so, is it true that you have 70,000 signatures that y'all have helped to get towards the passage of this legislation?
Over 75,000.
Oh, 75,000.
Yeah.
And look at the face. See,
Yeah.
that face, that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. Because, Tiffany, we stand on two things on the good stuff page. We say, God weaves. Now watch them work. So about all these people coming together. And we say, together we can, together we will. And that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and I'm a huge nerd. I'm a data analyst. So I exported all the data and made a map of everywhere around the world those signatures are from. It's almost every single continent. I actually posted it on one of the updates. It's so amazing to see how many people globally literally are demanding justice for Coco as well.
And that's the good stuff. The people rise up. Tiffany, thank you. 1,000 thank yous. Is there anything else? You said so many good things. From the reporter days, we would call them phenomenal sound bites. I mean, and it comes from a place of deep-rooted passion. It's real, raw, and genuine, and authentic. So is there anything else that you'd like to add at all?
Just if you live in Ohio, make sure you send a letter to your legislators to let them know that you do support Senate Bill 164. And right now, that's the best thing that we can do in this whole thing to make sure that hopefully it may deter other people from committing crimes like this and torturing poor, innocent, literally defenseless animals.
What's your dog's name, Tim?
Mika.
Mika. Hi, Mika. Auntie Dawn loves you. There's the face of it all,
I know.
Just look
well, that's why I brought her. I
Mm-hmm.
look at her every time, and I think I could never handle it if something were to happen to her.
About the same size. Tiny.
Coco was even smaller.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for perspective, if you're just joining us, the dog that they're here to be a voice for, Coco, was actually smaller, a 10-month-old Yorkie. Even smaller. Mika is her name, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Even smaller than Mika. Who was doused in water and placed in a freezer.
Not once, but twice. Yeah. He could have stopped at any point, and he didn't. He put her in, and then he brought her out and realized she was still alive and did it again. And that, to me, is the mark of an extremely dangerous person, because if you don't think twice about doing that, what else are you going to do to someone else or another animal? And it also makes me think, how could that possibly be the first time? You don't just wake up one day and be like, I'm going to kill an animal using a freezer today. It's just all really concerning and disturbing, and I think that we need to definitely do something about it. Jail time, as well as he really needs mental health too.
I guess before I let you move on, we should also cover, since you're friends with the family, people might be saying, wait, what? In his own home? He was give us the details again, how that happened.
Well, so the victim was out at a concert, and he was at the house staying with the puppy, and he just grabbed the puppy and then, like I said, doused it in water, put it in the freezer, and then he went upstairs while it was in the freezer. It waited and watched TV, came back down, and then checked to see if she was alive, and did it again, put her back in water and put her back in. And I don't know if he was aware or not, but a camera caught everything. And when the victim got home, she was like, what happened? Because he put her back in her bed for her to find dead. So she found her soaking wet and dead. She's like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. Well, she looked at the camera footage, and I can't imagine having to watch that footage. It had sound. So imagine hearing the sound for almost 2 hours. You could hear the dog shaking from the freezer. You can hear the dog crying. Anybody who's capable of doing that, they deserve jail time.
And all of that will be admitted in court, you have to imagine.
Yeah, the video has been submitted for evidence, as well as some other things. I know they tested the freezer and things like that. It's just, I can't imagine. I can't even watch the whole video because it would traumatize me. I'm traumatized just thinking about it. So I can't imagine for all the poor people who have to actually watch that entire video.
And yet he pleads not guilty.
That's a whole different story. Okay. I was not happy to hear that, but.
And so at stake today is what? I saw some people speculating that he may leave. At stake today, what do you hope happens in that courtroom?
Well, today I hope they don't offer him a leniency deal. And I did talk to the former prosecutor on this case. I called her the other day to ask her, could this be the last day, anything happens? Could this be the end of the case? And she said, normally no. A lot of times, nothing will really happen today. But if he wants to stay out of the public eye, he could potentially take a plea deal today. But I was told the prosecutor.
With that camera.
Okay.
That's Tiffany. You said more than enough. Thank you. Go spread the word, and God bless you.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Do you guys want to weigh in on why you're here?
We're just here to support. I mean, we're all dog lovers, and the fact that someone could do something like this is disgusting. If he could do this to a poor innocent animal, who knows what he can do to a person? And I'm sure he's done a lot worse to people too. So. I don't know. That's why we're here, just to support.
And the message is clear. Enough. It's wrong, and it should be criminal. More
Absolutely.
A felony.
Jail time, not probation, for sure.
And what's your name?
Nikki Elliott. Yep.
Oh yeah, Nikki.
With Molly Crew.
Hi. Okay.
Hi.
And what's your name?
Dolores.
Dolores. Why so important for you to be here today?
I was disgusted and horrified when I seen this story. I lost sleep. I shedded a few tears. I was disgusted that you could do this to a helpless animal. And the fact that we can be here today and he walked out of this courtroom subjected to only probation is ridiculous to me. A year in jail is too light of a sentence. But at minimum, he deserves that. At minimum, he deserves that. This was captured on video for over 2 hours. If that's not a strong enough case for the prosecutors to go all the way and send him to jail, I don't know what is.
And Dolores, I'm trying so hard to choose action over anger. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there's so many people I've seen who are so angry. You came out here today. It has to be, should I say cathartic almost, to know that you're not going to sit at home.
Oh, absolutely. I came the last time and there was less people here, and I was a little disappointed in that. However, it felt good to be among people that shared the passion and the anger that I feel. We were here together just like we're here together again, because we have to take a stand. We have to do something. We have Goddard's law, but obviously it's just not enough. There is no way that people should be walking the streets after he did something like this. So, I'm just disgusted, and I'm just hoping that, for justice.
And again, my name is Dawn, and this is the good stuff pages that we run. Mm-hmm. But in my mind today, I know that the best, from covering news for 20 years, the best good stuff often comes out of the really crappy stuff, the stuff we can hardly talk about, like you said, that causes you to lose sleep. But together we can, together we will. And I say action over anger, and we be the voice for the voiceless. And so I'm grateful for you, my new friend Dolores, for being here and taking the time. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does this whole entire kind of process make you feel?
Angry and mad. I just have so much rage that I've lost a lot of nights of sleep just creating websites, getting petitions, just getting the word out. It's something where you feel so helpless, so sometimes the only thing you can do is latch onto what you can help, and that is trying to strengthen the laws for any case that comes in the future for the murderer to get punished.
Absolutely. Besides laws being changed, things like that, anything else that you guys specifically want to see come out of this?
We just want him to get the maximum penalty possible. Also, if possible, we want him to not be able to have any more contact with animals. Somebody who's capable of such a violent crime, you have to assume they're capable of doing it again, because this went on for about 2 hours. He could have stopped at any point, but he finished and went through until the dog was dead. So somebody like that is definitely dangerous.
Okay. And as a friend, going through this process, how does this kind of make you feel, kind of coaching someone through just kind of how crazy and terrible this was?
Well, when I'm talking to the victim, obviously you just give your game face on, like, let's get stuff done. But at night, obviously, you just think about what truly happened, and you think about what Coco went through, literally being locked in a freezer after being doused in water, crying. And I have a little dog myself who is only 4 pounds. So I just look at her and I start crying, and I look at my freezer and I can't look at it the same, because I just can't understand how anybody would do something to a defenseless animal. Animals depend on us to take care of them. They trust us 10,000%, and then for him to be able to do that to such a helpless creature. So it's a lot of anger and a lot of sadness, but hopefully we can make some good come out of this terrible situation.
How long will you guys be out here for today? Will you be back as the hearings and things continue?
So it depends on what happens today inside the courtroom. If there is no big deal of we're continuing, we'll be here for every court case that is scheduled. Today we'll be here, I don't know how long, until we leave, until we hear from the victim. The victim's inside right now. Yeah, but we'll stay here as long as we need to. And we'll be here for every court case.
And the dog behind you, is that just someone's dog?
That's mine. That's Mika. Yeah, she's 5 months old.
She's here.
She's been at our protest planning meetings when we all get together and plan for the next day. She was with us when we meet all the signs. So yeah, she's been involved. And this is her first protest today.
Perfect. And anything else? Anything from here on out?
Yeah, so if you live in Ohio and you want to see the animal laws strengthened, go to justiceforcoco.org. On there, there's a tab called SB 164. Click that tab. It has instructions for how you can find who your legislator is. You can copy the email, you can then paste it into a template. If you click the button, it's already pre-populated. It basically says that I'm a constituent and I want you to support this bill. So go ahead and send it.
Anybody else with a dog?
I know, there's been a video of your your dog gets stuck on camera.
Okay, I'm gonna grab your mic. Better than I did now.
We're like, we can't be like saying justice for all people and trying to background. Yeah. Trying to swipe the bee in the background.
again, if you're just joining us with your people who are demonstrating to make sure what we say is the good stuff out of the bad stuff, to make sure that these laws that we have in Ohio are stronger felonies for someone who, in this case, was captured on video, we're told, dousing a 10-pound Yorkie puppy, 10-month-old Yorkie puppy in water, and then leaving her to die in the freezer, Coco. So we don't typically cover these kinds of things because it does not look like good stuff. But the good stuff lies in the action over anger. And if you remember nothing else, it's Senate Bill 164 that's going to end up making the penalties stiffer. And our friend Amy Beekler, from pause to her last breath, vows to defend these animals without a voice. So we'll probably wrap this live feed up. If you're just joining us, I encourage you to listen to it from the beginning. Great interviews with these people and why they're so passionate.